it's Russ from Moshville Times, and I'm with the whole of Sons of Liberty to talk about their 10th anniversary. How's it going?
Yeah, good, Ross.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, Ross.
No problem. So how does it feel to be 10 years into the band?
We're old.
Oh, it feels like being 10 years old, to be honest. I mean, just 10 years old.
Awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's quite incredible to think that that we've, this band has been going for 10 years in one form or another, so rewind back to 2014, and I don't think we'd ever believed that we could do anything close to what we've achieved, particularly over the last couple of years.
So what's been the highlight of the first decade then?
Well, meeting you, Ross, obviously.
Yeah.
Easily.
God,
there's not one, is there?
Nah,
there can't be
so
one. No, there's so many pivotal moments that you go, oh, that's a big tick. Getting your first vinyl out was a real buzz. I think it's a buzz for everyone. When you get your first vinyl out and released, it's like it's a proper record, like I used to buy.
Getting played on the radio and then getting played on Planet Rock, as you say, there again, pivotal moments. But that's just and we put it just part of it.
So on the other side of that, what's been the biggest challenge of the last 10 years?
I mean, the whole COVID thing was just a complete nightmare. I mean, we just spent a lot of time putting, an album together and just dropped it just at the time when it all kicked in, and not being able to go out and promote that properly was really horrible. It gave us some things to be able to focus on, though, because we sort of we lost out on the release that was in play at that time, but it gave us a whole window to work up the next record, which the next recording. So we look back on it, there was some time wasted, but we had some fun as well. We did some crazy videos and some online stuff and live shows, streaming shows and what have you. But I think Aces and Eights probably turned into a better record, a better recording because of that, and then obviously here we are today with the next album, which is obviously a step up again.
Yeah, because in my research for tonight, I saw that you guys did some of the kind of weird sort of sit down shows when we were kind of out of lockdown, but not really out of lockdown. What were those like? Because I never attended any shows like that.
Yeah, we really hit the ground running. So we came out of that horrible period about as well as you could, because we'd had a tour booked for Animism, first album. All those dates got moved, but we rebooked them, and we were lucky enough, we took a bit of a gamble and rebooked them at the time we thought it was gonna be all right, and it was. So we hit the ground, we came straight out the gates and got live and got back in, and we had the new album coming. So that was the sit down, the first two I think. They were very odd, because there's people sort of sat down there were signs at the front, no dancing, no shouting, and there's people sat down headbanging in chairs. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of going to a jazz club, if you've ever been to one.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing. Everyone's sat around tables and chairs, and it's just
nice.
Totally wrong for rock music.
Yeah. But it was quite cool in a way as well, because those two gigs, one was in Weston-super-Mare and one was in Swindon, it did feel like reconnecting with people that we'd been sort of denied access to, if you know what I mean, for such a long time. And I think the people that came responded to that as well. They were looking for a release from being trapped at home as well. So there was something quite special about them, but I wouldn't want to do it every week. I think our normal gig setup is much more enjoyable. Yeah.
It also kept some of the venues going as well.
Oh, of course.
Keeping them on the map.
Yeah,
because that was obviously very important as well.
Yeah, and that's been a challenge, because a few of the venues, obviously couldn't make it, couldn't survive. So there's less venues, so that's always an ongoing challenge. So there's a lot of bands who want to tour at the same time, putting pressure on the sort of the slightly smaller number of venues that exist. So that's an ongoing pressure. So yeah, I mean, it's not not really got back to how it was before COVID, with the economy and stuff as well. So.
What's changed then in the last decade? Like, how's the industry changed between 2014 and 2024? What changes have you seen?
Oh, blimey.
Well, I think the new wave of classic rock thing kind of kicked off when we started, which was really good timing for us. But I think it wasn't just that group; it was all of the media and everything. There was suddenly an audience again for new original sort of classic rock music and rock music, which hadn't been there. So it kind of, sooner we started, it kind of picked up. It was really, you couldn't get a gig doing original music, doing the classic rock stuff for 15, 20 years probably. It just died off. And I think it's a generational thing, and all the people that enjoyed that kind of music. So, there is an older audience, but there's also a younger audience coming along to the shows as well now. So that's picked up, and the kind of a lot of the American bands that came over around about that time. We were Southern rock kind of tribute band when we started, and Blackberry Smoke and Blackstone Cherry and Cadillac 3 and people started to come over and do really well over here. So it really did pick up quite a lot from right about the time we started. So it was a really good time to start a band, a sort of Southern rock, classic rock band, which we didn't know at the time.
And what one thing would you change about the music industry?
One thing.
Yeah, just the one.
I
know it would be a long list.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change it, can you? It's what it is. So in a lot of ways, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing if it wasn't like it is. We'd be doing something different, probably. Hopefully, we'd still be doing music, but it is how it is. And you just have to make the best of the environment. This sort of streaming thing.
Yeah, I mean, streaming seems to be like a thing everybody complains about, but by God, it gives you an outlet to so many people. And okay, you don't make any money from it, but if it wasn't there, you wouldn't reach those people, So the financial side of the whole streaming thing is a bit of a challenge, and if that could be changed even slightly, that would really help. But I don't think there's much else we could probably affect from our level that's really going to make a difference.
No, but you're dead right. I mean, it means almost anyone can put music out.
Yep.
Whereas when we were in our first kind of run through doing original music, unless you got signed by one of the big independents or one of the major labels, you're never going to get anything out. You just couldn't do it. So there's a lot of opportunities that come with the environment that we're in today, which there's too much music and there's probably not quality check, but I'd rather have choice and too much music than there's a lot of great bands that just wouldn't have got stuff out, wouldn't have got stuff on the radio, so it's a good time, really.
Russ, you're relatively new to the band. How did you come to join it?
They found me on a curb outside.
Cardboard box.
It wasn't.
He was left outside on the step in a cardboard box.
I had my head in my knees and I was waving backwards and forwards. I got a message off my best mate Pete, who was on tour with them and Preacher Stone, saying that they were looking for a full-time singer, and sent me an audition tape, one of the songs off the new album. And I always say I felt like the whole album, let alone that first song that was sent to me, was just written for me. It just slotted straight into place, and I think it was a few hours when you sent me the track. I'd
2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
I'd had the vocal line in, done, and it's pretty much what you hear on the album now. It just felt right, felt perfect, and then yeah, we met up, had a chat, had a beer.
And you still wanted to join us.
Still fancied it. Yeah, so it all just fell into place really quick. And the next thing I know, I think it was within 2 months, we booked a week in the studio to get all the vocals down for the album, which took 4 days. That was the most I've ever grafted in my life vocally.
Yeah.
And then it was, right, here's your gig list. Your first gig's in France in front of 10,000 people, and we've got a 90-minute set. So you've got like a month and a half to learn a 90-minute set of songs that you just don't know. So there you go, have that. And it was good.
Gave him a good interview.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly was a in at the deep end, but you know, the trip over there was 2 days, and we just gelled well together right from the outset. Yeah. The banter's great. You know, they're like my brothers, and yeah, it didn't take very long at all on stage to realize that, yeah, actually 3-4 songs in, I know exactly what's happening, where everyone is, and what the gel feels like, and the passion. You know, I can look everywhere, and everyone's just loving it, and it feels like I've been in it for 10 years.
Well, I'm sorry.
That was your audition gig anyway.
Yeah.
So you're going on tour in October to a lot of great venues. Which one are you looking forward to playing the most?
Oh, you can't expect us to pick one out. We never get asked back to any of them.
We've got a few new ones on the tour.
There's a few we haven't been to, so
yeah.
I'm looking forward to KK's on the 28th of September.
Oh yeah.
I've not played that. Been there many a time with bands and always wanted to play it, and I'm really looking forward to playing that one.
Yeah, we haven't played there, so that's the New Wave of Classic Rock 3 weekend. So we're doing that. Then the tour proper starts 10th of October with Kit Trig, and we're in Victoria, Swindon. 10th, 11th, we're up to the Parish in Huddersfield, which is a new one. Then Motorsport Lounge in Llandudno, which is a new one on the 12th.
Yeah.
Then we're back to the 1865, which is an old favourite of ours in Southampton.
Do like that.
On the 17th. Then the Red Lion, which
we like it there as well.
Back to the Red Lion, 18th, Gravesend. We're back to what's nearest to our hometown show, the Electric Banana, on the 19th, Western. Then we're up to the Gifford on the 24th. And Scotland, we've got Bannerman's 25th. We're doing an acoustic live show in HMV in Glasgow on the 26th in the afternoon. Then the 27th, we're backstage at the Green Kim Ross, which is a new one for us to play. We know the venue a bit, so we're excited by that. So we managed to finish as far away from where we live as possible.
You've got a very good memory,
Kit Trigger supporting us on all those apart from the last one. So and they're great. So
yeah,
we're gonna be good fun.
So you started off as like a Southern rock band. Like, how did a bunch of Brits do the whole Southern American rock thing? Like, it seems like there's a massive ocean separating for a start.
Moose answers this one perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of it just kind of fell into place, to be honest. I mean, we started off doing Southern rock covers, and 3-4 years into doing that, just playing locally around Bristol, Marky went away on holiday for a few weeks, and Freddie came up with a couple of great original song ideas, and they just seemed to fit the vibe. It's kind of, it had that kind of working man quality, the whole blue collar thing. It's kind of storytelling, characters, and we slotted a couple into the set, and it's kind of gone from there. But it has been really cool that bands like Molly Hatchet and Preacher Stone and the Comancheros, that we've played with from America, they don't look at us as though we're doing some kind of fake or wrong. You know what I mean? It's kind of it does fit together somehow very well. And I think the latest album, The Details in the Devil, is probably our least Southern sounding release, but that's just kind of the way it was going anyway. That wasn't a conscious decision, but and of course Russ joining the band made us sound a bit different as well. So but yeah, so it's just a sort of natural evolution, really, I think.
As you said about Preacher Stone, you've been on tour with them. What's it actually like to be on the road with them?
Oh,
I
terrible!
love
They're a
those
nightmare. Yeah.
Our American brothers is the only way of putting that it.
Yeah,
They're really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, last year was incredible, and then this year when we met up again, you're always thinking, will it be the same? No,
Mhm.
it was better.
yeah,
Simple as that. It was
Yeah.
better because we all knew each other. We all know each other's what you want to call antics and everyone's sense of humor, and the banter between the two bands was just brilliant. It was just like going out with your mates. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I caught them a couple of times. Was it last month, July?
Yeah.
At Litchfield, and
Yeah.
then Made of Stone, and great band. You know, interviewed Ben as well. He's a really nice guy, and
Yeah, he's wonderful.
assume-
Yeah,
I'd assume that goes for the rest of the band as well.
Oh yeah,
100%. Yeah,
yeah. They are a lovely, lovely group of humanness. And you know, again, it's a privilege because you know we stand there watch them every night, and they stand and watch us, and it's you know it's another kind of pinch yourself moment, isn't it? You know, we used to do covers of theirs.
yeah, we did.
When we were a covers band.
Yeah, two of their songs we used to play. Yeah, and there we are, you know, out on tour with them, and obviously, you know, they've been through some tragedy themselves this year with, you know, with John, the keyboard player, and then you know,
Marty.
and then Marty passing away as well. So, but you know, they kind of rolled through that well enough. You know, Nick, the new guitar player, is bloody tremendous. So yeah, so it was really cool to connect back up with them again. But it was also quite cool not to do the whole tour. You know, it's sort of just to make the 1 or 2 gigs that we did with them really special. And then we went together to Made of Stone. They played the main stage. We did our unplugged thing in the VIP area, and then we got together afterwards for several drinks. I think some of us had.
As if you could remember.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying nothing.
No, I wouldn't, Steve.
So, having played a lot of festivals over the last couple of years, what's next on the bucket list for festivals?
Well, it's the 2 S's, isn't it? We've still got. We'd still like to do Stone Dead, and we'd like to do Steelhouse. And I think we could die happy men if we could get slots on those 2. You know, sometime like this year or next year. You know, fairly soon, because we're all getting a bit older. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Sorry, young'un.
Not all.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we've been really fortunate to play a lot of, you know, great festivals, new ones, old ones, inside ones, outdoor ones, you know, the whole kind of thing. And then in France as well, you know, we really lucked out by getting a booking for a very small festival, which then turned into a booking for a fairly large festival, and that turned into a booking for an absolutely gigantic festival. So you know, to go from a few hundred people to a few thousand to tens of thousands of people was quite incredible over there. But yeah, so Steelhouse and Stone Dead, that'd be great.
If we had the I Spy book of festivals,
yeah.
You know, we got to tick them all off.
We download main stage, but
the ones, yeah, we haven't ticked that off either.
No.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give for a band just starting out then?
Oh, pick the right people.
Yeah.
Definitely pick the right people.
Seriously, you know, and you can't pick the right people, can you? But you know, you are living in a little, very small world, right? You know, like I say, people only see the time when you're on stage or at a merch stand or at a bar, but the rest of the time you are slogging up in the country, or you're in a hotel late at night, or you know, having a drink in a hotel room. You are all on top of each other, and also, you know, musically as well. You know, so I think it's, you know, I think stick at it.
Yeah.
Have a plan is the other thing that we learned from a wise man a while ago. So, you know, have a think about what it is you want to achieve and write it down.
And then work out the steps to get there. Yeah, it's kind of that works really well.
I'd say treat it like a business. Really, you really have to, and everyone's got to have their own part. You've all got to be a cog in the wheel. and work together to make your business grow and achieve what you want to achieve out of it at the end of the day.
And
Yeah.
if you get any knockbacks, just keep going. Just work past it.
Yeah, I'd say that's solid advice. So where do you think celebratory will be in 10 years' time?
Oh, blimey.
10 years, I don't know.
That's a long time,
yeah,
isn't it?
We've still got a lot of music to create. We're we're quite prolific in writing, and it's always exciting to write new stuff for me anyway, and I love that. So I think I'd like to see us still creating music in some form or another. Personally, probably short, nearer term than that, I'd like to do more in Europe. So I'd like to always like to get to places we haven't been to yet. So we've been lucky enough to do pretty much most of the UK. There's a few bits we haven't done, so a bit like getting Moose's I Spy book out of countries next. Ireland, we haven't done Ireland. We've done a bit in France, but there's a lot of places that I'd like to go and play. So I think you'll see us doing more of that, and possibly we really would personally, again, I think a few of us have said this before, but we'd like to get some nice support tours with slightly bigger bands and get to play some of the in front of some bigger crowds. I think it's always a challenge getting your music to people. So I see us doing more of that. But
I'd like to go to America and tour with Preacher Stone.
Yeah, that'd be great. Even a couple of gigs would be just tremendous, wouldn't it? So
the whiskey would be one for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think time's almost actually up. So I'm hopefully going to be at the KK's show for that day. So I'll try and get along, and I think you guys are quite early, aren't you?
Yeah. 5 o'clock, I think we're on. Yeah. On the Saturday.
Brilliant. So I'll get along and catch you guys again, because I've seen you a couple of times. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, lovely.
Thanks for that.
seeing you there, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us, Ross.
Yeah,
Always
no problem. Anytime.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah.